there's one. I'm gonna do two. One will be quick. One will I'll have a little bit of time. The first one is at the Elbow Room. This is a few years back. Before the show, I was talking to this girl, and she said I wouldn't get naked on stage. So to prove her wrong, I got naked and played the last two songs butt-ass naked at the Elbow Room. And I'm never gonna forget what the sound guy said to us after the show, because this was like 5 years ago when we played this show, and we might have had like maybe 5 people there, which is kind of small, very small draw for the Elbow Room. And the sound guy was kind of pissed, and Mike's a bartender there now, and he goes, here's what you guys brought today. You brought no people. I got no people. I got no cover. You guys didn't bring any money in, and I got a wang from you guys. I got a wang. Thanks, guys. I'm never gonna forget what the hell he said to me that night. That was the other story is just about a month ago we went to Iowa. Our old drummer, he doesn't play in the band anymore. He set us up with a show at the Corn Festival in Des Moines, Iowa. And this thing, we were like this close to canceling this show, and because there's a lot of things that happened. From the time the drummer set it up, he quit, and then he called me back and still wanted to play. And then 2 days before, our bass player had an emergency and he couldn't make it. So we were just this close to canceling it. And then my old drummer, Kevin, goes, all right, I can find someone to fill in on bass. So he said he'd teach this guy all the songs, and he knew all the songs, and we get there.
And he had a guy that knew how to play bass, that was a good bass player, and he could learn it like that.
Yeah. Well, he didn't learn it anyhow. So we go in there, like, we get up there thinking this guy's, he'll be alright, he'll be good, but he didn't know what the hell he was doing. But, so we play this show, it was really just me and him and Kevin that played this show at Iowa, and there's a good, one of our best crowds there. I mean, about 300 people there. And it was just, we talked to the sound guy, like, alright, turn the lead guitar up, turn the vocals up, turn the drums up, let the bass guy do what he wants to do. And actually, he did okay, but what the best part of the night was the last song. We got everyone in the crowd. One of the covers we do is Rage Against the Machine, Killing the Name of. We had the crowd dancing all night long. They were grooving. And the last part, we had a big crowd. They were all getting into it, getting into Killing the Name of, and we're all rocking out, right? There's a part in that song where it's, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. You know that part? And everyone's rocking out. The whole crowd's rocking out. I'm jamming out, and everyone's jumping around. And I'm sitting there playing, and we're finishing the song, and I look over, and the bass player's like this, with both hands in the air, not even knowing he has a bass on him. And I look, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Play the bass, man! And he looks at me, he's just like this, yeah, rock out, both hands in the air, not even giving a crap what's going on. And I'm like, alright, whatever, there's nothing I can do here now. So we finished the song, people dug it, they loved us out there, and we made a buttload of cash, too. Just
oh, yeah.
The freaking win, on a show we would have canceled.
We would have canceled that show. We made so much money for that show that night. I think that was one of the biggest grossing shows that we did.
And we didn't have a bass player?
We didn't have a bass player.
He wasn't even playing bass half the time?
Yeah, half the time he was like yelling at the crowd and pointing, and Gary's jamming out on the guitar. Gary's a madman on the guitar. He runs around the place, and I'm jumping around soaked in sweat. And it was just a night to remember. I'm glad we didn't cancel that show. I mean, if on the topic of stories, we're telling stories. We just we played a few months ago at the Double Door here in Chicago, and a couple great bands that played before us. Airborne from Australia.
We got a sweet bill with Airborne. That was something special. Those guys, if you haven't seen them, check them out. They're one of the best bands we've ever followed. And
yeah.
I was pretty impressed.
It was tough to follow them, but we got some good feedback after. We're sitting there chilling and getting up on stage, and all of a sudden, we open up with Capone, which is one of my favorite songs to play. It's a real hard-hitting kind of punk rocky sound. As soon as we start, boom, mosh pit breaks out. 5, 6, 7, 8 people start going in. Next thing you know,
out of nowhere,
though. Out of nowhere, yeah. And
everyone was chilled out, and then they come out, and just all of a sudden, there's just a crowd of people that are throwing each other around.
There was no mosh pit, nothing before we went on. And traditionally, we're not like a mosh pit band. We're a funky, groovy, fun band. They started throwing fists and stuff. Next thing you know, this giant bouncer starts coming out, and he's throwing people left and right, and fists flying everywhere, and I'm up on stage singing. The band is still playing, and I'm like singing, you know, Al Capone ruled Chicago. Get the fuck out of here if you're gonna fight. In between like the verses and stuff, and you know, one guy just gets laid the fuck out, bam, on the ground, out cold by this like 6'7" bouncer dude. Unbelievable. And he was like a skinny little white dude, like skinnier than me, and I'm scrawny. But that was probably one of the sickest shows that we did, and one of the most intense moments on stage. You know, just there was a lot of energy.
There was. Speaking of my, sorry.
Yeah,
it was
no, bro.
Speaking of energy on stage, Cornfest. The one time we did this 4 years ago, my old bass player Joe. Well, he still plays occasionally. He got drunk. You know, drinking is a part of this, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I don't know. It's good, but anyhow, he was drunk on stage and is screwing up a song. You know, I'm the guy that's got to watch everybody on stage. For the most part. Not so much anymore, but I used to.
Gary's like the big daddy.
Gary's a
baby.
good man.
So much, not anymore. You guys do, for the most part, you do a pretty good job. But funny story. At the old Cornfest, the first time we played the Cornfest in Iowa, our bass player was screwing up Plush bad. Like he didn't know what was going on. We got there at 8. We had to go on at 9. Between 8 and 9 o'clock, 8 9 p.m. The guy had like 8 beers. I look over and he's just littered in beer cans, sitting on his amp like he's already tanked. Oh my god! I'm like, and I knew right there it was gonna be a long night.
Besides that, he was wearing a Duff Man costume.
Yes,
No
right.
joke. He was dressed up as Duff Man.
And I wouldn't doubt if
Unbelievable.
he had indulged in some herbal remedies as well. You know,
His eyesight was black at
His-
midnight.
he had a red eye.
But he comes out screwing up Plush, and you know me, I'm like we played the song a million times. I've played with this guy for 6 years now at this point, and I'm like, Joe, what the hell are you doing, man? You suck. You're screwing this song up big time. And like I turn around and he's still screwing it up. I'm like, dude, get your head out of your ass, Joe. Then he just decks me in the face on stage. Seriously, decked me right in the face. And I was like
So
this
many
close, and the
times I wanted
stage
to
was
do that.
like 8. Want to deck me in the
There's
face?
been so many
I don't
times
blame
I
you,
wanted
dude.
to
I'm
do
an
that.
asshole.
You know, if I like miss a note like barely, Gary's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And I'm like, oh man, you sit up here and fucking sing into the mic for 4 hours and not fuck something. It stands, you know, we're all really hardworking professionals. We're in this for a good reason. We're not here to become millionaires and have luxurious houses and Ferraris and you know, prostitutes and
Humvee.
You want a Humvee? You want a Hummer?
Territory.
Anyway, but you know, we put on a fantastic live show. It's packed with energy. It's fun. It's intense. It's danceable. It's groovable. This is our new album. It's self-titled. It's called Assimilation. It's got 5 songs on it as it stands. We got Capone. We got Halfway Home, Roadhead, Blood or Blood of My Lady, whichever you want to call it, and Vega. And you know, this is available through our website, through our MySpace. Come to our shows. It's got Fast Eddie on the back. That's our band mascot.
And you know what
Fast
the
Eddie.
biggest critique of this CD was that I've got so far is that there's not enough songs on it. That's because we don't have enough money to pay our damn producer.
Yeah, come to our shows and donate some
Help
money
us
to the
out,
CDs,
guys.
and let us have the
We
opportunity
want to make music for
make
you
more
for the
music.
rest of our lives, but we need your help so people give a rat's ass about us.
For sure.
So,
But anyway, thank you, LeveL-Up magazine. Where underground is mainstream.
underground is mainstream. Level up.
We are Assimilation, or a few members of Assimilation. Next time, hopefully, we'll have a full band for you. Look forward to
Speaking
doing
of
the
smart
future.
people, they have responsibilities and gotta work and shit.
What the hell is work?
Ask John and Rob. They're the smart ass motherfuckers in the band.
Work. Work is waking up at noon and getting out of bed. That's work for me.
And playing our CD again.